Hey everyone, welcome to the Blue Bridge, and I'm going to be doing a video about Osimhen. Should Chelsea pay whatever it takes to get this player? First of all, guys, apologies about the quality of the video. I'm still in Jamaica, beautiful island of Jamaica, so I haven't got my proper setup here. So, apologies in advance. Left the hotel, back down in Mandeville with family, and I'll be back in the country on Sunday, just in time for the Crystal Palace game. So, lots of talk. I've been keeping up with the news, the transfer news. Lukaku's finally gone, so a lot of people will be happy about that. Sterling looks like he's on his way out. No suitable buyers yet. Talk about Sanchez, a swap. Jadon Sancho. I can't see that unless we get rid of another wing. I think we're stacked in that department, but we'll see what happens there. Ben Chilwell still looking for a club. It's getting late in the day, and that's what I'm going to talk about actually, because and the Raheem Sterling, Ben Chilwell situation, and even Lukaku situation. So this gets me onto my main story, which I'll be talking about the potential signing of Victor Osimhen. And the stumbling block is the wages. Apparently, Napoli has softened their stance, particularly now that they've got Lukaku. They need to get Osimhen off their books because they're paying him a healthy wage, and they know that they can't commit to paying that money indefinitely, because that was just an incentive to get him to sign a better deal, with the expectation that he was going to go at the end of last season, with Napoli out of all Europe. At the end of the season, I said last season, yeah. So with Napoli out of Europe, they desperately need to get him off the wage bill. And he's getting, I think it's 175,000 a week. But that's before, that's net, I think. So for him to get 175 million, 175,000 a week at Chelsea, he's got to be on close to 290 or something like that, with the taxes that we have in the UK. So what we're looking at something 290, 300,000, close to that. And Chelsea are a little bit reluctant to go as high as that because they have got a strict wage structure and they don't want to go beyond that. They said that they can make a few exceptions if the right deal comes along, but I'm not sure how much they're willing to go. The latest news, it's late in England, but it's still only like 7:30 in Jamaica. So I've been keeping up with the latest news, which came out about an hour ago, where Osimhen has given Chelsea 24 hours to try and come up with a solution that will keep both parties happy. So that says to me that he's not looking to go to Saudi. A lot of people are saying that he's showing greed by going to Saudi, but at the end of the day, he's got to pay he's got to feed his family. Not only his family, I know that in Africa, South America, and other places, what they tend to do is to help the area that they're in, whether it be a village or the part of the region that they're in. They tend to use the money. If you look at Mikel's video, you can see that, you know, some of the videos that he made, the expectation is there for them, the wealthier ones, to help the poorer ones. So it's not a case of just being greedy just to get 5 or 6 different limousines or Porsches or whatever you want to do. It is in order to help the community also. So the deal offered by the Saudi team is mouth-watering, 500,000 a week. So, you know, would he take 200,000 or even 160,000 to join Chelsea? You know, and that's the dilemma that we have. The thing is, what I think that we should do, we should make it be more creative. You know, Man City do that. We do incentive style deals at the moment, but with this one, if we badly want him and we want to pull this off, we can, if no, this is if he'll accept. My offer would be like a base salary of maybe 250, and that's not shy of the 290 that he's getting after tax or whatever. So maybe 240, 250 as a base salary, and then incentives that he can reach maybe. So for instance, he scores 20 goals plus in the season, then he gets an extra 20, 30,000 for the year, or a week, equivalent to 20, 30,000 a week. So whatever that is at the end in bonuses, it could come up to, what's my maths, 20, 50, another million a year. My maths, I'm still on holiday mode, I can't do my maths. But maybe a million, it works. Or whether equivalent to 20,000 a week, if he meets the goal of 20 goals, for instance. If he gets us back into the Champions League, he gets another 30 or 40,000 a week equivalent. So whether that equates to over the year. So again, that would be something within our reach, because Champions League football will yield greater profits, will yield better sponsorship deals, and it's a win-win for both parties. So if we can be a bit more creative in the way that we are giving the bonus to him, then maybe you'll go for it, because you want the bonuses to be based on, be realistic. And the first thing it does is, if he meets his personal target of 20, or whether it be 20 or 25 goals, then he gets close up to what he's getting at Napoli already, because he's done his bit. If his goals fire us into the Champions League, then he gets more than he's getting at Napoli, because not only has he done his bit, he's helped the team to achieve and to get into the Champions League. So he's got to be rewarded accordingly for that. So that's the way that I would try to approach it. I'm no accountant, but hopefully if we can do the sums and the maths, then that's the way I'll look at it. And going on to what I was mentioning earlier, the reason why we need to be careful with wages, because a lot of people say, no, give him what he wants or whatever. It's not as simple as that, because news came out today about us and UEFA and the fact that they're not accepting money got from sister clubs, like for instance when we sold our hotels and things like that, they're not accepting that because it's part of the group. So again, we've got to be clever in the way that we do our finances, so that we don't breach financial fair play for the European competitions. There's no point getting to a European competition if you can't play in it, if you're breaking FFP rules. So that's another reason why we have to be creative with our accounting, our wage bills. And the fact is also, what it does is, supposing that we get Osimhen, there's no guaranteed success in football. Supposing that he turns out to be like a Lukaku, what we've got is an expensive player on our books who isn't performing for us, and it's going to be hard for us to shift him. And that's the other thing, because in the end, we only got what we bought. We spent 97 million for Lukaku. In the end, we're selling for less than 30 million. So we've taken a massive cut on that. And the reason why Napoli didn't go higher is because obviously they got the wages to consider as well. And we're having that same situation with Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling, no one really wants to buy him because he wants to, and rightly so. He's getting 325,000, I think it is, a year at Chelsea. So if no one's going to be matching it, he's happy to sit back, take his salary, do a Winston Bogart. So we're stuck with him on our books. And Ben Chilwell, I was reading today that he may stay beyond the transfer window because his wages is proven a stumbling block. So that's the thing. When you're getting people on big wages, it's not only the fact that they may not fulfill that potential, but also there's no sell-on value. There's no appetite for other clubs to buy them because of their salaries being so high. Malan Sarr went the other day, and the reason he stayed at Chelsea so long is that he's on 100,000 a week sitting around doing nothing. So we had to release him of the last year of his contract, I think, for him to go. And so that's what they are trying to be sensible. I know a lot of fans are giving them a lot of stick, but if you're being sensible, and put on your, not your nostalgic head and saying, oh yeah, we can do it. It's not the Roman Abramovich years, guys. And even in the Roman Abramovich years, we had to be careful, and we found out obviously with some, they did some cooking of the books where we can potentially be in trouble for that. So they want to do stuff by the book, and that means sometimes making some difficult decisions and not sort of going over budget when it comes to signing players. So if we don't get him, if we can't meet those demands, if he's not happy with the demands that we've got, there's not a lot more that we can do. So, but I do want them to make the effort to try. If they're playing low ball, then yeah. But if they're meeting him, and he's they're meeting each other kind of in between, and he's getting sort of close-ish to what he was getting at Napoli, then there may be a deal to be had. So guys, what's your thoughts on this Victor Osimhen story? Stick your comments in the section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every time I do a new video. So take care. Bye-bye.